friends, it's me, Miss Diane again, and I'm here to share a story with you today. We're also going to sing some songs, and I have a little show and tell for you. So, let's start first by getting out our pretend glasses and our pretend book, because you know what song we're going to sing, right? Okay, get ready, here we go. These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up my book. Then I'll read, and I'll look. I'll put down my glasses and then I'll shut my book. Good job. I'm glad you remember the words because we haven't sung that together for a little while. All right, so I promised you a little bit of a show and tell. But I'm going to give you some clues and you can try to guess what it is that I'm going to show you first, okay? So your first clue is, dun dun dun, I found it outside. Outside right in my backyard. The second clue is, I found it on the ground. The third clue is, I found it under a tree. And the fourth clue is, it's blue. How many of you think it might be a flower? Raise your hands. Yeah, that's a good guess. It could be a flower, but it's not. The last clue, number 5, is it's something that's very fragile or delicate or breakable. So, can you think of what I might find outside in the ground under a tree that's blue, that's fragile? You got it. You're right. It's a robin's egg. There we go. Let me get it right up close to the camera so you can see. There we go. Wait, let's get it in focus. There we go. It's a beautiful robin's egg. What a pretty color. Now, if you look at the back side, you can see how it's broken, and that is how the bird got out of its shell. It's a tiny little baby bird. Now, this is very, very delicate and easy to break, and that's why it's such a treasure that I found it, because it could have easily gotten stepped on or rolled over with the lawnmower, but it didn't, and I found it. And I just wanted to show it to you today. So I'm pretty sure that it came from a robin because I have many robins that live in the trees outside in my yard. Now, that's the robin right there with the little red belly. Now, robins are one of the first birds to come out in the spring. And Lemmy, I have here, you can hear what a robin sounds like. Okay, ready? I'm going to play this little sound for you. Listen to this. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's a robin's song. That's usually the first thing that I hear when I wake up in the morning. Robins wake up pretty early to feed their babies. Did you know that one baby robin could eat about 650 worms a day? And usually there are about 4 or 5 baby robins inside a nest. That's a lot of worms. No wonder Mom and Dad are so busy flying around and pulling worms out of the ground. So, the book that I want to share with you today is called On Meadowview Street, and it was written by Henry Cole. It's a story about a girl who moves into a new neighborhood that's on a street called Meadowview, but there are no meadows anywhere, so she decides to create one. It was a big day. Caroline and her family were moving into their new house on Meadowview Street. There you can see the moving van, and all the neighbors are helping unpack all of their belongings. After things were unpacked, Caroline's dad decided the grass was too tall and got busy mowing the lawn. Caroline was about to explore the new street to see if there was a meadow on Meadowview Street when she noticed a small blossom right there, a really small little flower. "It's beautiful," Caroline said to herself, "and it's all alone." The mower was getting closer. Caroline thought, "I'd better do something quick." So Caroline was afraid that her dad might roll over the flower with the lawnmower. The mower came to a halt. "Daddy," Caroline pleaded, "couldn't you mow around my flower?" "Humph," he said, thinking, "Well, that's less mowing for me." Caroline raced inside the house. She poked around the boxes in the basement. "Aha," she smiled. "Some string and some sticks. Just what I need." So what do you think Caroline's going to do with those sticks and that string? Let's see. Before long, Caroline had made a small wildflower preserve. So you can see she put the sticks in the ground and the string all around it. Then she noticed another flower had bloomed nearby. So you can see that she made her string and sticks even bigger. So now she has two flowers that she's protecting from the lawnmower. Her preserve got bigger and bigger and bigger. "The butterfly seems to like my little garden," Caroline thought happily. Daddy had to do less and less mowing as Caroline's meadow got bigger and bigger. As the grass grew taller, more flowers popped up all over the yard. Soon there were different kinds and different colors everywhere. Look at how pretty it looks now. Caroline's dad had a great idea for the mower. So this sign says, "For sale." He decided to get rid of the lawnmower. He didn't need it anymore. One day, Caroline sat in her preserve in the heat of the sun. "My garden needs a shady spot," she said to her parents. "A shady spot sounds nice," replied Caroline's mom. And soon a truck made a delivery. Caroline's mom took pictures. "Welcome to your new home," said Caroline to the maple tree. So you can see that they're getting ready to plant a tree in the front yard to give the field some shade. The next day, as Caroline admired the maple tree, a wren landed on the end of her shovel. Right there, you can see a little tiny bird sitting on the end of the shovel. "Oh, you're looking for a home too," Caroline said. How can Caroline give that bird a home? Yeah, she could build it a birdhouse. So Caroline and her dad got to work. They found some plans for building birdhouses. Caroline helped cut the wood and nail the pieces together. Look at all that work they're doing. Dad's got out a drill and a saw, and they have a tape measure there. And look at that. Caroline is even hammering the nails into the boards. Looks like she's painting the birdhouses here. Perfect, thought Caroline, and so did the wren. The bird is using the birdhouse. It's nice because birdhouses protect birds from other animals like squirrels or cats. In no time, there were birds and insects everywhere, around the tree and zipping among the flowers. Soon the Wren house was full of twigs for a nest. Caroline wanted one more thing. We need a place where everyone can get a drink of water, she said. Now, I thought that Caroline was going to put a bird bath out, but no, she wants everybody to be able to get a drink of water. So, the next day, she and her dad began building a pond. They dug a large, shallow hole and lined it with heavy plastic. Caroline added plants that like living in water. She lugged large rocks to the edge, making ledges and little caverns for creatures to live in. Look at how great that looks. If I were a frog, I'd move right in. Oh, wow, look at now. You can see Caroline and her friends are having a picnic in the meadow. The more Caroline and her family worked on their yard, the more it changed. It was now a home to many things. Think of all the different animals that would love to live there. And soon, the Jacksons' yard changed, and the Smiths, and the Sotos. So a lot of Caroline's neighbors decided that they wanted to do the same thing with their yards. Now, there really was a meadow on Meadowview Street, and all of these different animals moved in. You can see a ladybird beetle, and we like to call them ladybugs. There's a swallow and a salamander, some monarch caterpillars, and a bee. There's a mud turtle and a beetle, a green snake, a small copper butterfly, a skink, a meadow mouse, a dragonfly, and a hummingbird. And there's the house wren. I would love to step outside in my front yard and see all of these animals. And Caroline provided a home for everyone. Isn't that pretty? Wow, I love that story. Gosh, even if your parents won't let you make your own meadow in your front yard, it's okay. Sometimes if you go for a walk in the forest or in a prairie, you can see some of those same animals that we looked at in the book. All right, my friends, I think it's time for me to say goodbye, but I did bring my cowboy hat with me. Whoop. Here it is. And, sorry, no cats today. They're laying in the sun someplace. Are you ready to sing our goodbye song together? Okay, so for this you need your pretend hat, your yee-haws. You got it? All right, here we go. Well, it's time to say goodbye to my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye to my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye. Tip your hat and wink your eye. Well, it's time to say goodbye to my friends. Yee-haw! Great job, partners. It was nice to see you again. And I hope you have some fun playing outside. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.